and I'll go through some more stuff. I'll go through some more stuff again. So let's just take a look at how we've gotten here again. Okay, so we go home. Oh, sorry, my system logged me out. And I'm going to log in as Gene. I think I want to log in as Gene. Let's see. Okay. So Gene, here is that first review. It looks like we've got a bunch actually here for Fabina. I feel like I'm saying that wrong still. But anyway, so you can see that we've had some recent changes. It looks like their changes have gone across a few more pages. It looks like a lot of pages. So what we can do is just click on detail. What I always do is I just quickly scroll through here. Okay, and this is awesome. Okay, this is some of my favorite kind of changes here. Okay. Sorry, I was just scrolling the bottom, make sure there's nothing else. All right, this is classic example to train you guys on. All right, so can anybody tell, and I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see, can anybody tell what they did without us looking at the page? Looking at the live page.
Yeah, they made the home and page capitalized.
Yeah, pretty serious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it is a change. I mean, the system detects up to the, you know, space or period or commas. I mean, all sorts of those changes. So typically you, my guess is, would not freak out about this, okay? And because this is a navigation thing, it's going to hit all their pages. So I'm just going to click cancel. Cancel will take us back. And on this one, I would click on here so that I can start filtering by this particular account. Click on workflow, and I can see that all 104 reviews are for this particular site. So if I wanted to, I can change this up to 99. I can have 99 on a page. I can scroll the bottom. I'm just going to grab the side and zip it down here. And I can do a bulk approval. Now, I've noticed here, it looks like our bulk approval I've only given to those who have manager status on here. So I need to make a change for that. Now, just keep in mind though, if we do a bulk approval, that doesn't necessarily mean that
Is this why I got 109 emails from you guys this morning?
yes, that's where they all came from. One for every page. So
Crazy.
you may want to set up filtering rules for having these go to special spots, because like I said, sometimes it will be a single page, sometimes it's the entire site that generates it. Oh, manage roles. Sorry, I'm going to give you guys the ability to.
James, I have a question.
Yes.
So are we getting all of those because the person went in and let's say they changed the H in home to capital,
yep.
And then they submit it, and then they change the P to capital, and then they submit it. Is there or can they change the H and the P together, and backspace and comma and underline, and then send it, or do we get one for every single change?
That's a great question. What the system does is it scans every page once in a 24-hour period. So the answer is likely you would only get one notification for those sorts of changes. Does that make sense?
So whatever changes they made to this page today, let's just say your system scans it at night, all the changes for that one page will come in as one notification.
Correct. You should never get more than one notification per page in a day. So for example, like these ones, this particular notification came in 4 minutes ago. If I scroll to the bottom, I bet you it was like an hour ago. And what it tries to do it intentionally, the system tries to scan the sites on a kind of spread them apart. Yeah, so you can see this last one was about 23 hours ago. So my guess, they made the change yesterday, and we're just kind of now catching up to it.
So if somebody goes in and they change the H and the P, which is in the menu, if we set them up, they're going to get 109 emails.
Yes,
saying
they
made
would.
a change.
Yes.
No, we don't want that.
No, we don't want to do that.
No, that would be awful.
Maybe you only want to do that for your scrutiny people, but I mean that's the way it works. It's you know, kind of every page that change affects.
Yeah, this guy's a big producer, and he makes a change maybe once every 3 months on his website, and if he started getting 109 emails, he wouldn't be a happy camper.
Yeah. So that's just one thing you really want to consider when you make decisions like this. So in this case, what I would do if I were Gene is I would scroll to the bottom. Gene, do you mind if I approve or archive these?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. Do you guys have a preference to whether I approve or archive? I know I've got to put a setting on here to make it so archive shows, but do you have a preference?
Well, Gene already approved those. You approved those prior to him making the changes,
yes.
right?
Yes,
yeah, so that's fine.
Okay, so I'll just say approved by SunGuard support per Gene as changes were submitted for pre-approval. Okay, so I click on approve, and 99 of these things are going to disappear. All I got to do is go to the next page. If it does this, you just click the little spinner, and it'll get it right back to you. There's 5 more. Do the same thing. Did I copy that? No, I didn't.
But hopefully, like the other BD that already uses this system, once the advisors knew that their websites were being monitored and, you know, the few who made changes without pre-approval, we won't be seeing so many of these alerts because the advisors know, right?
Correct.
Oh, no, we're still going to see them because
you still see it because they changed it.
Oh, crap.
Now, the system should be sending you a daily summary that shows you all the number of reviews you have, and if that's adequate for you, I can just have daily summaries instead of every email. I mean, so it's kind of up to you guys how you want to go about it.
But if you send us daily summaries, it doesn't tell us which website, who they were.
It does not.
Right?
No, you're on that one.
I'm glad you brought that up because I get a daily summary for social media surveillance, but I haven't gotten one for the website.
Sorry, it's in the same one. There should be a column in there for website reviews. It's the same. It's going to be in the same email.
Oh, okay. All right. The one I printed out just says websites 11.
Yeah, websites 11. Yeah, so I think you had 11 reviews in your particular. You're the lucky one.
Oh, I see.
I think it's fair how Mary divided it up, so she had the least amount, guys. I really don't.
No, this just happened to me. Most of my advisors have AMS or Emerald or something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to get one more permission here, which is this one.
Do you get it?
So let's go to another example here. So let's just go. So we knocked out about 104 of those reviews. Let's go see what else we've got. All right, let's take a look at this one. This is a good example. So you notice this particular page, Thea Tucson. Is that what they call themselves? So you can see that this is on version 21 of 21. So that tells me that something's going on with this page. So if you guys see something where you got a page or a site that has a lot of versions, and that means that there's something on that site or that page that's just changing every time we take a look at it. So let's just take a look. All right, look at this. They got a beautiful little date widget in here. There's some code that's changing in here, so on and so forth. So you ever see a site like this where the code is changing, the page is changing a lot? Drop me an email. I'll take care of it. I've caught most of them, but some of them are still, have crept through. But just so you're aware, what I'm doing is I'm just adding a little code to this page so that it stops doing this. Because sometimes page changes will occur even if a human doesn't make the change. And it looks like on here, this little map thing they have, it was causing a change to occur. Sorry. Okay, so if you see something, any website, all you need to do is just drop me an email, say, hey, I noticed this particular website has been coming in to review every day, or it's got a lot of versions on it. Please take a look at it, and I can log in, take a look at it, and do what I need to do to make it so it doesn't do that anymore. Okay. Questions on that? Okay, let's take a look at a couple more. So let's look at this russellbalin.com. Okay, looks like they had some versions just come through for it. Let's just filter and see how many we have for this particular one. Okay, looks like just 8, so not a ton here. But these just came in today, so let's see what's going on here. So I click on detail. So this particular site isn't changing all that often. You can see between version 1 here and version 2 here that we've got about 12 days. Okay, looks like they recently added something new here to their archive. So it would appear to me that they've added a new article to their site because it's appearing probably under archive. And if you notice on the coloring the pages, I've got this light gray shows you the code, black lettering shows you what's actually visible on the screen. And it looks like they just added a new article, is my guess. But we can go to side by side, so let's just check it out.
Yeah, he sent that in to me.
Sent that in? Okay, piece of cake,
yes,
right?
He did.
Yep, so it just shows here on the list. You recognize it, no problem. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing. So let's just get rid of them all at once. So I'll just click on cancel. 8 of 8. You guys want to archive or approve? I've added the ability to archive. So you want me to archive?
You can archive it. I've already approved it.
Okay.
Okay, so if he adds that article on several of his pages, that's why it comes up as three times?
8 times.
The way that here, I'll show you real quick. The way that it works is that article is showing in different places on his website. So it's showing here, for example, under this web blog. If I go to the home page, he's got a little side. Well, the home page has it as well right on the very front. If you go to his services, this is a terrible website. Gosh.
It's just his blog site. It's not his regular website, right, Gay?
Gay.
His blog.
This is his blog, right? So
Yes,
I've got,
that's correct.
so this recent post thing, you can see every time on every page there's this recent post thing along the side. I should probably set up some code so it ignores those changes, so it only affects basically where that blog post lives. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have every page go into review. I can do that if you want.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Okay. Do you mind if I do it real quick while we're just talking? Let's see. Let's see, right. That's the new blog post. Back there. There it is. Let's update this so that we ignore right there. So all I'm really doing, and by the way, I do this for you. You don't ever have to know how to do this stuff, but all I'm doing is I'm just telling the system, ignore this section of the site so that it doesn't generate additional reviews that you don't want. Go. And again, so if you see anything like that, just drop me a line. I can set it up for you. And away we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and archive these because we were fine with what we saw here. So we'll get rid of all these. So you can see.
Chris, do you want to take a look at Peter Haefner's multiple things?
Sure. Everyone has a minute.
Yeah, James, can you go to Peter Haefner's site?
Sure. That one is gone. So I'm going to whose site?
Peter Haefner, Haefner Financial. I
Okay.
received 266 for him, I think.
Well, that's right.
HAF, yeah. Oh.
I know who you're talking about. This guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This site has been. Oh, it's not this one. It's the other one. Okay, this site has been my nemesis. I'm glad you noticed it. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got for him. All right, so this one is changing a little bit more than it should. So let's just dig in and see what's going on. So if you ever want to compare versions against specific version against another version, all you do is you just select the version on here, click go. Now I'm comparing version 8 with version 9 in here, and we're just going to see what's causing this issue. All right. Oh, I know what this is. I saw this. Okay. I think I'm already ignoring this, I believe. Yes, I'm ignoring that already. Okay, so what's happening here is he keeps changing his navigation. So he used to have it say this radio show in here, and then you can see like he got rid of it. He didn't want it on here anymore. So I believe what we're seeing. Let's see. Let's just go to side by side. And by the way, this system, in my opinion, the side-by-side works best with Chrome or Firefox are the cleanest on this one, in my opinion. I mean, it will work with Internet Explorer, but it's just not as clean. So if you have options there. All right, so it used to say radio show here, and now it doesn't. And so that, he just made a navigation change. You see that?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So in this case, I would probably just get rid of all of these. Same sort of thing. So Right now, you can see that we're filtering for Hafner. He's got 139. Scroll to the bottom.
You know what? I'm not that smart. How do you know that that's all that was changed? Was he removed the radio button on all these different things? How can you tell that?
That is a brilliant question. You don't. So what I usually do is I usually spot check. So I'll usually just scroll down and grab another page and see, let's see, what does this one look like? Yep, radio's missing there. So you don't. I mean, he could have made a change on some other spot of his site, but you don't. Like, so for example, here, this is showing, I should probably add some ignore here, but here, whenever he adds a new post, I think that's changing a lot of his pages as well, and we should only have that page change his home page. So I should probably put some ignore here. I want you to know, of all the sites that I've been fighting on your implementation, this one has been my nemesis, because he's got a bunch of stuff going on here.
Yeah, I know. I think he hired someone to help him with like his analytics, and he's on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, all those. He's trying to really use the internet.
Yeah, well, you can tell he's pretty active on changing his site. And,
yeah, plus he's kind of a neurotic guy, so
is he?
He's probably capitalizing and.
So, but yeah, I mean, you don't. I mean, the short answer is you don't know. You don't know. I mean, if he makes a change to his navigation, it's just going to make every page change. The way we can get rid of that is I could ignore the navigation on his particular
or
site.
Can we just do the navigation for the home page? Right? Because if you change the navigation on the home page, it applies across the rest of their web pages.
Well, the navigation actually lives on every page.
Oh.
Yeah, but I can ignore the navigation in one swoop. I mean, all I'd have to do is this, ignore this section of their site, and any navigation change on this guy's site would never generate a review again. So it's kind of up to you guys how you want me to, how sensitive or.
I mean, he's pretty compliant, so I would be okay. I don't know how Mary thinks. For him at least, and then I would just have to spot check, pull up his website once in a while.
Well, his website, if I ignored his navigation, like I said, you'd only know about basically a new article that he'd add that would appear. Let's just see how he does his site. This looks like a WordPress site to me, by the way. So his new articles will probably appear on the home page somewhere. If he was smart, he would do that. Looks like he doesn't do that. Or they would just appear on his newsletters or news page, wherever he's got his new articles showing. I would assume it would be right here. So this is his latest one right here. Yeah. So every time you added a new article, instead of it putting the whole site under review, it would basically put maybe 4 pages under review. So, but I'm basically trying to ignore things like this sidebar. This sidebar I'm trying to ignore on every page so it doesn't generate reviews as much as I can. But this one's been tough. So Chris, on this one, if you're like, hey, this one's just kicking my, I'm seeing too much, just drop me an email and I'll keep dialing in on it. So I've added, I don't know, like half a dozen rules to his particular site already. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's been improved the last couple of days. That first day is when the most came, and then quite a few the next, but I noticed a drop today.
Yep.
So,
so why don't I just ignore it on this particular one? Like I said, we can always, if we decide, hey, we've made it too sensitive, we can always back off. It's no big deal. So All right, so I can do that, and then do you want me to clear out all these, or do you want to dig through it?
No, I want to dig through them just to check them.
Okay. Cool. All right, you guys starting to get a little bit of hang of this?
It's going to take a while to get used to it, I think. Play
Yes.
around with it, because it's the look and feel of anything new.
What we should do is we should kind of turn you loose, you know, dig into it, fight it, you know, kind of fight your way through it, and then we can do a subsequent call in a week. And then you can bring a whole bunch of questions to it, and we can just dig our way through it and do a follow-up. I think that's the best way to learn this system, is get kind of a little introduction to it, and then get into it, write some questions down on a sheet of paper as you go through, and then we just, basically I just open it up for you guys to look at very specific things and answer specific questions you have.
That sounds good. I'll schedule a meeting, guys, so we can talk about this and how we're going to deal with all these notifications. And then in a week's time, James, if we can meet with you again, that would be great.
Okay. Okay. And then you guys will let me know if you want me to put specific messages on notifications that you might want to send to advisors. If you want, remember we talked about if you wanted to do a special scrutinized policy as compared to the good boy policy or good girl policy, I should say. So let me know if you want to go that way, and you know, any other. I think that was the only takeaways that I had on your side, I believe. So, and then I will send an email out to Gene and Gay with login information so they can get in and start playing around as well.
That sounds good.
Just looking
Did
at
you
the count.
have any questions, Gene or Chris? They just left.
Okay. So, do you guys want to try and shoot for then, like next week, same time, kind of a thing?
What day is that? October 2nd?
That is October 2nd.
Maybe a little earlier in the day if possible.
Sure. You can see I'm wide open, so you just tell me when, and I'll make it happen.
Yeah, of course, earlier. We're not as tired. Our brains are fresher.
Do you guys want to do like a 9 o'clock your time?
On Wednesday? That's good for me. How about you, Jean?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep, good for me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I will have that invite out to you guys shortly.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
James.
Hey, thanks everyone.
Thank
We'll
you.
talk to you.
All righty.
All right, see ya.